Revelation 20.
And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
I want us to look at three maps where Magog, Tubal, and Meshech is located at. In this map, I highlighted and circled it. In the other map, and the other two maps actually, is just highlighted. Supposedly it's somewhere in Asia Minor. Some people believe it's Russia, where Magog is located at.
Ezekiel chapter 38.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say,
Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. Thus saith the Lord God, It shall also come to pass, that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say,
I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. To take a spoil, and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, that dwell in the midst of the land.
Sheba and Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, Art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil?
Therefore, Son of man, prophesy, and say unto Gog,
Thus saith the Lord God, In that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shalt thou not know it? And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog, before their eyes. Thus saith the Lord God, Art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days many years that I would bring thee against them? And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord God, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence, and the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith the Lord God. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. And I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him an overflowing rain, and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Ezekiel chapter 39.
Therefore, thou son of man, prophesy against Gog, and say,
Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and leave but the 6th part of thee, and will cause thee to come up from the north parts, and will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. And I will smite thy bow out of thy left hand, and will cause thine arrows to fall out of thy right hand. Thou shalt fall upon the mountains of Israel, thou, and all thy bands, and the people that is with thee. I will give thee unto the ravenous birds of every sort, and to the beasts of the field to be devoured. Thou shalt fall upon the open field, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord God. And I will send a fire on Magog, and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So will I make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel, and I will not let them pollute my holy name any more. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One in Israel. Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord God. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. So that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any out of the forests. For they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that robbed them, saith the Lord God. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea. And it shall stop the noses of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude. And they shall call it the valley of Hamon-Gog. And 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying of them, that they may cleanse the land. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Lord God. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it, till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamon-Gog. And also the name of the city shall be Hamona. Thus shall they cleanse the land.
And, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord God, Speak unto every feathered fowl, and to every beast of the field.
Assemble yourselves and come. Gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice that I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood. Ye shall eat the flesh of the mighty and drink the blood of the princes of the earth, of rams, of lambs, and of goats, of bullocks, all of them fatlings of Bashan. And ye shall eat fat till ye be full, and drink blood till ye be drunken of my sacrifice which I have sacrificed for you. Thus ye shall be filled at my table with horses and chariots, with mighty men and with all men of war, saith the Lord God. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. Because they trespassed against me, therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness, and according to their transgressions, have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name, after that they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, then shall they know that I am the Lord their God, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my Spirit upon the house of Israel, saith the Lord God.
God bless you. My name is Pastor Harris Kakalides, and you're watching here in the program Gain to Know Jesus. And today we're going to study part 2 of the study of Revelation chapter 20. We're going to study verses 7 to 10, Satan's final defeat. The question should be asked, why does Satan has to be defeated twice? Could it be to the fact that God cursed the ground twice? So twice Satan has to be defeated before God brings in eternity with new heavens and new earth. In Genesis 3 verse 17 it says, Then to Adam he said, Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree about which I command you, saying, You shall not eat from it, cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. In Genesis 4:11 to 12 it says, Now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you cultivate the ground, it will no longer yield its strength to you. You will be a vagrant and a wanderer on the earth. I desire to talk first of the war of Gog and Magog. When is this war going to come? Some of today's scholars will say before the tribulation, like Lamb and Lion ministry, and the Left Behind movies and novels. Here are some examples of what Lamb and Lion Ministries has to say about when this event will take place. I'm going to quote from their Revelation, their web blog on the book of Revelation by Dr. David Regan and Dennis Pollock. Prophecy teachers are sharply divided over when the Russian invasion of Israel will occur that is prophesied in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Many place it in the middle of the tribulation. A few have argued that it will be a part of the Battle of Armageddon at the end of the tribulation. Tim LaHaye places shortly before the beginning of the tribulation. Left Behind, page 10 and page 394. And I would agree with him. Ezekiel 39 says that after the Russians have been supernaturally destroyed by God on the mountains of Israel, the Israelites will gather items from the battlefield, which they will be able to use to fuel fires for the next 7 years. Ezekiel 39 verse 9. I believe this reference to the 7 years is a tip-off that the invasion will occur right before the 7-year period of the tribulation, close quote. There are 4 problems which Lamb and Lion Ministry has, and also Left Behind has, with their view. Number 1, the Bible places this battle after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. This is seen in Revelation 20 verses 7 through 8. Number 2, Ezekiel states 7 years, but he also states 7 months as well. So it's 7 years and 7 months. This is more than the 7-year tribulation. Ezekiel 39 verse 12 and Ezekiel 39 verse 14. Number 3, this view implies that Israel would not leave Jerusalem when Antichrist persecutes Israel. We can see this in Zechariah 14 verse 3 and 4, that they will leave Israel. Number 4, to take this view is to reject what the Bible has to say and accept man's opinion of what the Bible should say, because no manuscripts or Bible versions supports these ideas. Because as we will see later on, Gog and Magog does not represent Russia, but the nations of the world. But this war with Russia, or better said with the nations, because it's not just Russia, but it's talking about all the nations going against Israel, about all the world literally going against Israel, like we will see, will not happen till after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Not before or right after the tribulation, but after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. We can see this in verse 3, 7, and 8 of Revelation 20. It says, and he threw him into the abyss and shut it and sealed it over him, so that he would not deceive the nations any longer, until the 1,000 years were completed. After these things he must be released for a short time. Revelation 20 verse 7 to 8 says, when the 1,000 years are completed, Satan will be released from his prison and will come out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together for the war. The number of them is like the sand of the seashore. Notice that it says the 4 corners of the earth is not talking about a certain area specifically, but it's saying the 4 corners of the earth, the nations. And look at how Ezekiel describes Israel during that time. He does not describe her as she been in any war, but one who people are secure even without walls, and people of the nations living in her, aka Gentile believers along with Israel. Ezekiel 38 verses 8 to 11 says, after many days you, talking about Gog and Magog, will be summoned in the later years. You will come into the land that is restored from the sword. This implies rebuilt. Remember what Zechariah says about how Israel will be when the Messiah comes. Zechariah 14 verse 1 and 2. Behold, the days cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses raffled, and the women ravished, and half the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. Here we read, is restored, not one that was taken in war, whose inhabitants have been gathered from many nations to the mountains of Israel, which had been a continual waste. Which had been a continual waste. At the time of this battle, it will not be. Also notice, whose inhabitants have been gathered from many nations to the mountain of Israel. Here is spoken of as being Gentiles and Jews, aka Christians, not Jewish only. But its people is brought out from the nations, and they are living securely, all of them. Again, it is repeated of them being taken from the nations. And also notice, why is she living securely? Of course. Why not? Her Messiah is in her midst. You will go up, and you will come like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land, you and all your troops, and many peoples with you. Agrees with Revelation when it states that they will be like the sand of the sea in multitude who goes against Jerusalem. Revelation 20, verse 8 and 9. And shall go out to deceive the nations to the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. Notice it says the four corners of the earth, that's Gog and Magog. To gather them together for battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went out over the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. Here what we are doing is comparing scripture with scripture, and we are seeing the impossibility that this battle will take place before, in the middle, or after the tribulation. It only makes sense if it is to be after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Thus says the Lord God, it will come about on that day that thoughts will come into your mind, and you will devise an evil plan, and you will say, I will go up against the land of unwalled villages. I will go against those who are at rest, that live securely, all of them living without walls and having no bars or gates. In the 1,000-year reign of Christ, we see Israel without walls, bars, or gates, and at rest. Those thoughts that will come upon them will be most likely by Satan, which the scripture tells us clearly that is what he will do when he is loose. He will deceive the nations. Now let's look at the players of this event. But before we do this, I hope I made it very clearly that this event is after the 1,000-year reign of Christ, because there are many peoples nowadays expecting Russia to attack Israel, and any hints of war among them, they will say this is Gog and Magog going against Israel. It is being fulfilled right before our eyes. Please note that Russia that is spoken about in this passage is not the one that will be after the 1,000-year of Christ. How deceiving are these money-making, so-called movie-making false Christians, selling movies which are not biblical at all. But the Bible verses are all spoken out of context, and many Christians are running after them because they have not done their homework. Tim LaHaye and novelist Jerry Jenkins are just one of these imposters. I only have one passage that I will quote that is fulfilled in them, but that's in 2 Peter 2 verses 1 and 3. But there were also false prophets among the peoples, even as there will be false teachers among you who will secretly bring in destructive heresies, even denying the master who bought them, bringing on themselves swift destructions. And many will follow their pernicious ways, and because of them the way of truth will be evil spoken of. And through covetousness they will use you for gain, with well-turned words, of whom judgment from of old does not linger, and the destruction does not sleep. They will use you for gain. Ezekiel speaks of the prophets of Israel, spoke about this event. Ezekiel 38:17, thus says the Lord God, are you the one of whom I spoke in former days, through my servants the prophets of Israel, who prophesied in those days for many years, that I will bring you against them. Here Ezekiel states prophets, only two that spoke about this event. Only two spoke about this event, Ezekiel and John, the beloved apostles. So this have to be the same event, which both Ezekiel and John speaks about. Now let's go to and answer the question on who is Gog and Magog, and these other nations which are mentioned in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Which we read entirely, but Ezekiel 38 verses 1 and 2 says, and the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face toward Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshach, and Tabul, and prophesy against them. In Ezekiel we see Magog as a prince, while in Revelation 20 we see both Gog and Magog as a place, which is the four corners of the earth, every nation. In Revelation 20 verse 8 we read, and will come out, Satan will come out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together for the war. The number of them is like the sand of the seashore. While those two passages may sound like a contradiction, I will say that they are a paradox. It seems like a contradiction, but is not. Both Ezekiel and Revelation, as we saw before, are talking about the future, about the after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. First time Magog is mentioned in the Bible is in Genesis 10 verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog. And then we see in 1 Chronicles 1:5 where it says the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog. Magog was the son of Japheth, grandson of Noah. Now what about Gog? In 1 Chronicles 5:4, the sons of Joel, Shemaiah, his son, Gog, his son, Shimei, his son. Gog is the son of Shimei, the father of Shemaiah, descendant of Reuben. If you read 1 Chronicles 5:3 or 4, you see that. So what does Gog represent but rejection? Remember, Reuben was the firstborn son of Jacob and was rejected as having the firstborn right because he had intercourse with one of his father's wives. Genesis 35 verse 22, and it came to pass when Israel dwelt in the land that Reuben went and laid with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. Genesis 49 verse 3 and 4. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, my preeminent in dignity, and preeminent in power. Uncontrolled as water, you shall not have preeminence, because you went up to your father's bed, then you defiled it. He went up to my couch. Close quote. We have Magog of the land of rejection, which is Gog. We have Magog of the land of rejection, which is Gog. Gog means roof, covering. Remember what I said, Gog and Magog represents the rejected world. After the 1,000-year reign of Christ, the rejected world will rise against God's people, which after will bring in the new heavens and new earth, one that is not rejected, and righteousness dwells. Britain has a myth of two giants, which seem to be the founders of that country, named Gog and Magog. Longman's Dictionary of Contemporary English states, in old stories, the last two of a race of giants living in Britain in Roman times. In the Apocalypse, in the Bible, they represent the future enemies of the kingdom of God. Close quote. According to history, Magog was conquered by the Scythian nations. Jerome says that this word denotes Scythian nations, fierce, innumerable, who lived beyond the Caucasus and Lake Maeotis and near the Caspian Sea, and spread out even onward to India. In Britannica Concise Encyclopedia, it states under Scythian, any member of a nomadic people of Iranian stock who migrated from Central Asia to southern Russia in the 8th and 7th century BC. Fierce warriors, they were among the first expert horsemen, which enabled them to establish an empire from western Persia through Syria and Judea to Egypt, and to expel the Cimmerians from the territory in the Caucasus and the north of the Black Sea. Although driven out of Anatolia by the Medes, see Media, they held territory from the Persians' border into the southern Russia. They rebelled an invasion by the Persian Darius I in 513 BC. Their civilization produced wealthy aristocrats, royal cities, whose graves held richly worked articles of gold and other precious materials. The army consisted of freemen on protestation of an enemy's head. A soldier could share in the booty. They fought with double curved bows, tri-foiled sharp arrows, and Persian sword. Burial call for the sacrifice of the dead, man's wife and servants. In the 5th century BC, the royal family intermarried with the Greeks. The community fell to the Samaritans in the 2nd century BC. Close quote. We know that the Scythians was one of the first to receive the gospel in the book of Acts. See Acts chapter 2 in your own time. It was the Scythian Jews, but nevertheless that gospel went to Scythia. So my interpretation of the passage before us is, as I said before, the rejected world after the millennium will rise up against God's people after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Let's continue by reading this passage again. Ezekiel 38 verse 1 and 2. And the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face toward Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against him. The prince of Rosh could be translated as some other Bible states, the chief prince instead of the prince of Rosh. Ezekiel 38:2 in King James and Revised Standard Version, it says the chief prince, and it doesn't say the prince of Rosh. Some sees Rosh as meaning the head, top, or beginning, which I believe that fits more better in the translation. Many sees Russia as an enemy when they are not. Some see Rosh as Russia, which I believe they're wrong. The whole world, according to Revelation, is the enemy. Gog and Magog represents the four corners of the world. That means the whole world as itself, going against Israel. Remember, at that time, the church will be ruling with Christ 1,000 years. And it's just right after 1,000 years that Gog and Magog will rise up. We don't know how much time that Satan has free after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. It is the world system that will rise against Jesus and his people. Russia would probably not even exist after 1,000 years of reign of Christ. And if Russia does exist, it might be part of that world system. Rosh is not Russia, but it's telling us that this Gog, which shall be a chief prince and other antichrist, after the 1,000-year reign of Christ, Satan will rise another antichrist. I know this is different from what you are used to hear. I myself was shocked when I studied this. Now let's look at what is meant by Meshach and Tubal. Meshach means who is drawn by force. Tubal means the earth, the world, confusion, and production. Though they represent land in the Bible, their meaning speaks more. Because if they mean the earth, if Tubal means the earth, it means confusion. And Meshach, if that means force, drawn by force, then what we see, Gog from Magog, will be drawn by force along with the world or earth that follows him with confusion. Is this not what Satan will do? Will he not bring the nations out against Jesus and his people by bringing them confusion? Will he not draw those people upon them by confusion? By confusing the facts, having them think they can defeat God and his people in war. Look at what Revelation states again. Revelation 20 verse 3. And he threw him into the abyss. He threw Satan, the angel threw Satan into the abyss and shut it and sealed it over him. So that abyss means the bottomless pit. So Satan would not deceive the nations any longer until 1,000 years were completed. After these things, he must be released for a short time. It talks in Revelation 20 verse 3 talks about deceiving the nations. In Revelation 20 verse 7 and 8 it also talks about that he's gonna be released from prison and will come out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog. This cannot be Russia, for Russia does not cover the four corners of the earth. It cannot be Russia because Russia does not cover the four corners of the earth. It has to be the whole world. There is no need for a map in this study, even though I did show a map in the beginning of the program so you could see what other scholars say about this. When I have clearly taught that it is not a Pacific nation that will rise against Israel and the people of God, but the world itself. By this war, Jesus, along with his Father, will break these nations. He says it. Jesus says about breaking nations. He says that we're going to break nations with a rod of iron as well. In chapter 20, verse 9, it says, "And they came up on the broad plain of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city. And fire came down from heaven and devoured them, as God did for Elijah, to show him that he was a man of God. God will do for his people in consuming their enemies with fire." In 2 Kings 1, verses 9 and 10, we see, "Then the king sent to him a captain of 50 with his 50. And he went up to him, and behold, he was sitting on the top of the hill. And he said to him, O man of God, the king says, come down. Elijah replied to the captain of 50s, If I am a man of God, let fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50. Then fire came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. Please look at those words and see their meanings with other dictionaries of names and see that what I'm telling you is the truth. What God did for Elijah, he's going to do for his people, the church and Israel. In verse 9 of Revelation 20, let's compare with Ezekiel 38, verse 9. And they came up on the broad plain of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city. And fire came down from heaven and devoured them. Ezekiel 38 verse 9 says, You will go up and you will come like a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land, you and all your troops and many peoples with you. Please notice what God has done in both verses, or verse 9, and they both agree. This calls for another verse in Ezekiel. Let's add verse 16 of chapter 38. And you will come up, Israel, like a cloud to cover the land. It shall come about in the last days that I will bring you against my land, so that the nations may know me when I am sanctified through you before their eyes, O God. Look at these passages. Ezekiel 39, verses 1 and 4. And you, son of man, prophesy against Gog and say, Thus says the Lord God, Behold, I am against you, O Gog, prince of Rosh, or we could say chief prince, Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn you around, drive you on, take you up from the remotest parts of the north, and bring you against the mountains of Israel. I will strike your bow from your left hand, and dash down your arrows from your right hand. You will fall on the mountains of Israel, you and your troops, and the peoples who are with you. I will give you as food to every kind of predatory bird and the beast of the field. Ezekiel 39 verse 21 says, And I will set my glory among the nations, and all the nations will see my judgment, which I have executed, and my hand, which I have laid on them. Now let's finish with verse 10 of Revelation 20 with a few words. Revelation 20 verse 10. And the devil who deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are also. And they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. The end of the devil. He will be tormented forever. He deceived them. He had them in confusion. Now it's time for him to pay. And with this, we'll finish. The devil will have his end, and he will be tormented day and night, according to Revelation 20, verse 10. He who deceived the nations will himself be tormented. He who caused many people by his deceivedness to be tormented in hell will himself receive his punishment. Next time we will look at part 3 of Revelation 20, verses 11 to 14, the great white throne and the unsaved. God bless you.